Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of accusations and justifications in your relationship? Have you ever felt like a disagreement with your partner keeps going in circles, with each one of you simply restating your position and defending yourselves? Do you ever find yourselves getting caught up in the back and forth of you did this, no, you did that, without actually addressing the underlying issue? Have you noticed that arguments in your relationship often leave you feeling hurt, frustrated, and further apart instead of bringing you closer to a resolution? You are not alone, my friend. This is the blame game. It is a common dynamic where partners point fingers and hold grudges instead of working together to solve problems. So, today, let's dive into the pitfalls of the blame game and explore more effective ways to communicate and resolve conflicts that come up. Now, why does this blame game backfire? It is a tempting trap to fall into when the disagreements are happening. It feels natural to point fingers and highlight the other person's mistakes. However, this approach ultimately hinders progress and erodes the foundation of a healthy relationship. So, let's delve deeper into why this blame game backfires. The first thing is that you get stuck in the past. So, when we focus on blaming our partner for past mistakes, it keeps us anchored in negativity. We rehash old arguments, reliving the hurt and frustration. This dwelling on the past hinders progress towards solutions and fosters resentment. It's like trying to drive a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. You can't move forward effectively. The second thing that the blame game does is that it fosters defensiveness and there is a communication breakdown. When you are being blamed, your natural instinct is to defend yourself. So, this can lead to interrupting, talking over each other, and ultimately shutting down the communication altogether. Instead of listening to understand your partner's perspective, you are solely focused on protecting yourself from accusations. This makes it impossible to have a productive conversation and address the underlying issues. The third thing that happens is blaming your partner constantly undermines trust. It sends a message that you don't believe they are capable of positive change or taking responsibility for their actions. So, this creates a power struggle within the relationship. Instead of a supportive partnership where you work together, the blame game pits you against each other, making it difficult to build a strong foundation of trust and respect. So, by understanding these negative consequences, we can shift our focus from assigning blame to finding solutions and strengthening our communication skills. So, what are the steps that you can take? The blame game might feel like a natural response to conflict, but it ultimately leads us down a dead end road. So, here are some powerful communication strategies to replace the blame game and pave the way for positive change. The first thing is shift the focus to solutions. Instead of dwelling on who messed up, turn the conversation towards finding solutions. Ask yourselves questions like, what can we learn from this situation? How can we prevent this from happening again? This approach will bring a collaboration and encourage a sense of shared responsibility for moving forward. So, focus on the future and what steps you both can take to create a positive outcome. Then, use I statements. Replace accusatory language with I statements that express your particular feelings and needs. For example, instead of saying, You always leave your dirty dishes in the sink. Try saying, I feel frustrated when the dishes are left in the sink because I end up cleaning them all the time. I statements are less likely to put your partner on the defensive and open the door for a more productive conversation. When you use I statements and say that I feel like this, then you're talking more about your feeling rather than blaming the other person. So the other person will be more open to listening. The third thing that you need to do is truly listen to your partner's perspective without interrupting or formulating your rebuttal. Pay attention to both their verbal and non-verbal cues. Acknowledge their feelings by summarizing what they've said and asking clarifying questions. Active listening demonstrates respect and also shows your partner that you are genuinely trying to understand their point of view. And the fourth thing that you can do is focus on collaborative problem solving. Approach conflict as a team working towards a common goal. Brainstorm potential solutions together and consider each other's needs and preferences. Be open to compromise and find a solution that works for both of you. This collaborative approach will foster a sense of unity and it will also strengthen the relationship. So by implementing these communication strategies, you can move away from the blame game and build a stronger, more collaborative relationship. Remember that conflict is inevitable, but how you choose to address it can make all the difference. It is always a choice that you make. Communication is definitely important. So, honest and open communication is essential for resolving conflict and building a stronger relationship. You need to take responsibility. While you can't control your partner's actions, you can take responsibility for your own words and actions. And if needed, if the communication struggle is persisting and you're not able to come to a solution, then you can seek guidance from a therapist or a counselor or a coach like me. And we will help you to move forward and understand where the problems are, help you to work on them, teach you the communication skills, and help you to further strengthen your relationship. So stop playing the blame game because it is going to do nothing but just make your relationship worse. This is a very common mistake that most people make, so don't make this mistake. I shall see you again tomorrow on another live session. And till then, take care of yourself. Try and work on yourself. Take responsibility for the way you are, what you do, and keep the focus on solving the problem.